So I saw a video of this a grandma who was holding a teenage girl on the autism spectrum. So she was grabbing her by the hair. For additional context, it wasn't like her hair. She had braids on. It actually looked like the braids were already. It was a full long hair, anyway, braids and all of that. And she was grabbing the girl by the hair, and people were passing by telling her to not grab the girl by the head. And then the video was posted on social media in a, not to promote the awareness of what they were to, in a way to judge the grandma for the way she was handling the girl. And when I watched this video, I watched it a few times, I did not see anything wrong in the way the old lady grabbed the girl. And the first thing that came to my mind is that, so part of the whole, when you go out with your child on the autism spectrum and people are giving you, people just don't understand. People just don't understand. And people don't, they don't get the journey. Each journey of each parent and each child is different. If you've never had a child on the autism spectrum, you cannot judge, or you cannot just assume. You can't even know. In fact, if you have not lived the shoe of that woman, you may never know. This is an old woman, by the way. A very old woman. I'm sure she's not in maybe in her, I'm talking about her 70s most likely. And she was trying to hold the girl because obviously the girl has elopement syndrome, and the only way to keep her safe was to hold on to her. While she was holding on to the girl, she was also trying to make call. I think she was calling for additional help or something. But instead of people to help her, they were busy making videos of her and then posting it online and judging her. And this is literally what we go through most times, why a lot of parents do not want to go out with their children on the autism spectrum. Because of this judgment, because of this way people are quick to judge something that they have no idea about. Now, let me tell you something. From my experience with my son is 11. And even at 11, the struggle, how strong he can be sometimes. I have experienced this elopement so many times that if I had any other way of holding him, it might hurt him in that process, but it will at least keep him safe. I'd rather I hurt him from holding him, not intentionally, but than lose him. You do anything at that point to keep the child safe. And that's one thing that people do not understand. We've had situations whereby he's, run off and almost want to, fall into a cliff or into the busy road or into an express. We've had experiences whereby he's almost been, so many experiences where he's almost nearly been hit by a car. And this happens like almost every time. But one thing that I know that made a difference is that I never stopped taking him out. The only thing I did was to always up my security, my awareness for each outing. So when we have an experience today, we learn from it, and then we do something better the next time. And while I was looking at that old woman, all my mind was like, she's probably gone out. This has happened before, and she's held the girl by her arm, in another part of her body, and it didn't work. And grabbing her by the hair, which honestly the girl wasn't even complaining. It wasn't like inconvenience. She just stood still. It was the strongest, most firm way that this woman could hold that girl. Yet, the video out there, the judgment, all of that, people just saying things that they do not know about. Even just recently, as an 11-year-old, we went for a boat ride. And the thing that I did, the first thing I do when I go to spaces like this, especially when I'm alone and I know that I need help, I let people know that I'm with my son. He's on the autism spectrum, so that we all pay attention to him, and then if anything goes wrong, someone can help out. And then we went for this boat ride, and when we were there, he was calm initially, and suddenly he tried to stand up in the boat and wanted to this is a boat, like a canoe boat, not a big boat. And he wanted to already stand up and start exploring and, going to, I don't know what was going on in his mind. I immediately dropped my phone, and grabbed his hand. I had to hold him so tight. I didn't mind whatever was going to happen, because I knew that anything that happened on this boat, if not well controlled, was going to lead to something else. Like, I'm already used to going out with my son. I already understand how to control and how to handle certain things. So this also makes me, the more we went out, the more that understanding is there. Why I'm sharing this is just for us to understand this. I know there's a parent out there who is saying, oh, this is why I don't go out with my child. And I know there's someone out there who's also picking up these lessons from them. To be honest, when we go out with them, we face a lot of challenges. We face a lot of scrutiny. People judge you, all of these things. But the outcome, the growth that is happening, exposing our children to the danger, exposing people to understand how our children are. I could go on and on about the benefits that I have experienced as a parent with a child on the autism spectrum, just by simply going out with my child. There are days I come back tired and I'm like, no, we're not doing this again. And I still pack on myself and we go again. Each exposure, each outing, there's something that is teaching us, and is teaching my son as well. And I think another thing is the exposure also helps me to understand how to emotionally, how to help him to regulate, how to keep him calm. If you don't go out and you don't face these challenges, how do you know how to do all of these things? So anyway, this is just me airing out my thoughts. People can be kind. You can reach out and ask, is there any way I could help you? Rather than just looking at someone, making judgments, criticizing a lot of things. The past week alone, I've experienced so much, but I've gone through that stage. I'm at the point where I don't care anymore what people say. I can't even seem to put down the number of times that we've been called. Someone even called my son like mad the other day on the road, like yelled out to us, are you mad? Are you crazy? Like, are you out of your senses? So many things that we go through as parents with children on the autism spectrum. And this is why we need to keep advocating. We need to keep lending our voice. We need to keep speaking out for our children. We need to keep showing the world, teaching them how to teach our children, how to understand our children. I hope really, as people, as human beings, I think I do believe that we can do better. Please stop taking videos of people without their permission and putting it online for the sake of content, or for the sake of judging them. If you really want to help the parents, you reach out to them. If you really want to help the family, how can I help you? Can I help you hold this child? Is that something I can help you do? Can I help you call someone? There have been at least 10 things that people can do to have supported that old woman. I really think we can do better. And this is just me sharing my thoughts.